From NBC 15, this is Breaking News.
Good morning. I'm Christy Batista. Breaking news at 11. Any moment now, President Obama is set to speak about national security. This comes in the wake of the tragedy in Orlando. President Obama met with advisors this morning and is expected to share what they discussed. We will bring you that special report live right here on NBC 15 at 11 as soon as it begins. In the meantime, it's day 3 of investigations outside the Pulse nightclub, and today the FBI is looking into claims that the gunman frequented the club and was even on gay dating apps. Sarah Rosario reports.
With yellow tape still marking off the scene of Sunday's deadly mass shooting, thousands came out for an incredible show of support, gathering for the city of Orlando's first official vigil.
I want everybody to know that the LGBT community will not be defeated. We will not give in to fear.
Overnight, police identified the 49th and final victim, and today, hospital officials tell us everyone is expected to make a full recovery. We're also hearing from survivors. From his hospital bed, Tony Marrero tells NBC the 29-year-old gunman Omar Mateen tried blending with the crowd.
The guy was making it seem like he was a victim also.
Through tears, Pulse Club owner Barbara Poma sat down for an exclusive interview with today's Matt Lauer. She started the club after her brother died of AIDS, naming it Pulse to go with the rhythm of the heart.
It has to do with your life, and we just wanted to keep the heartbeat alive.
A heartbeat Mateen gave his last trying to stop. Now the FBI is looking into claims from regular club goers saying Mateen frequented Pulse and was even on gay dating apps.
2 of my friends already went to the FBI and they already spoke with them. They already turned in their phones.
The FBI is also looking into Mateen's show of support for extremism and possible ties to terror groups. Meanwhile, a heartbroken community is holding on to each other to get through. In Orlando, Sarah Rosario, NBC News.
President Obama will be in Orlando Thursday to stand in solidarity with the city as it grieves. A record number of visitors attended Pride Fest Milwaukee over the weekend. Officials say more than 33,000 people attended the 3-day event honoring the LGBT community. This year's attendance broke the previous record set last year. Pride Fest Milwaukee officials noted that thousands of people turned out in support of the victims of the mass shooting in Orlando. Security was ramped up at Pride Fest Milwaukee in response to the shooting. One reason the number of dead was so horrifyingly high in Orlando has to do with one of the guns that was used, an AR-15 style gun. It can fire at up to 45 times a minute. The NRA calls it America's most popular rifle. It's a favorite for target practice at gun ranges and a favorite target for gun control advocates. NBC's Tom Casello reports.
It is powerful and precise, and like any gun, deadly. The bullets that tore through the Pulse nightclub in Orlando came from an AR-15 style weapon, now itself a target.
They're designed to kill as many people as possible. It is not a hunting gun. It is not a gun that needs to be in our streets.
But the AR-15 is also one of America's most popular guns, used mostly for hunting and target shooting.
All I have to do is take the magazine out, put another magazine, and I'm ready.
That takes you 3 seconds.
If that.
Katie Myers is a former police officer who teaches gun safety. The bullets used in an AR-15 are usually smaller than the bullets in a .45 caliber handgun.
So I can actually create more damage using a handgun. The bullet holes from the .45 are this top target here. The bullet holes from the .223 are this bottom target here.
But what can make the AR-15 so deadly is that it can hold much more ammunition in the magazine.
All the magazines for an AR-15, 30, 60, 100, are just the same as buying a loaf of bread in the U.S. As far as federal law, there's no restriction on the magazine.
Selling for $250 to $2,000 each, AR-15 sales took off after the assault weapons ban was lifted in 2004. Today, Americans own 5 to 10 million of them. But they've also been used in at least 14 mass murders, including Aurora, Sandy Hook, Roseburg, Oregon, San Bernardino, Santa Monica, and now Orlando. Just 6 states restrict or prohibit them. Earl Curtis owns Blue Ridge Arsenal in Virginia, where buyers must show 3 forms of ID and pass a background check.
Do you ever have somebody come in who you think, I don't think this person should be buying a weapon like that?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. We turn down people all the time. All the time. We say, I'm sorry, but we can't sell you a weapon.
In Florida, Omar Mateen had to wait 3 days to legally purchase a handgun, but there was no waiting for the AR-15.
That was Tom Costello reporting. A lot of responsible gun owners stress they use these guns for target practice, for fun. They teach their kids responsible gun handling. But it's also true that AR-15 type weapons have been used in at least 14 mass murders, and now in Orlando. New at 11, Madison police have arrested the man believed to be behind a recent shooting. They took 23-year-old Tyrese Howard into custody yesterday after a short foot chase. Officials say Howard shot 2 people outside the La Hacienda restaurant on Park Street last month. Both of them survived. Howard now faces charges of first-degree reckless endangering safety, carrying a concealed weapon, and resisting. A Dane County jail inmate accused of trying to arrange to have a Madison police officer killed has been formally charged. A criminal complaint says 20-year-old Elijahwan Watkins tried to have another inmate find someone to kill the officer who had arrested him following a domestic battery incident. Watkins reportedly wanted the officer killed so she couldn't testify against him in the battery case. Watkins is charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree intentional homicide and 2 other counts. Well, now it's time to get a first check of the weather. We're looking at the possibility of some rain and thunderstorms later today, and Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino, I switched up your name a little bit there, has some details for us.
Yeah, we do have some rain in the forecast, that coming into play mainly tonight, but not out of the question to have a scattered shower or thunderstorm roll through during the afternoon. Temperatures have climbed quickly. We're up to 77 now in Madison. The dew point is at 62, so you can feel some humidity out there. Whenever that dew point's above 60, you're going to feel a little bit of humidity. Pressure is steady right now at 29.87. This is what it looks like on radar. Pretty quiet right now. We may see some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing south and west of the city of Madison and then moving northward through the region. So we'll keep that in mind for this afternoon. That would come into play especially after 3 p.m. The bulk of our rain, at least accumulation-wise, is going to come in around or after midnight tonight, and some of that may continue into the early morning hours. We'll talk about that and look ahead to the weekend forecast all in about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Charlie. Opening statements will be held today in the trial of a man accused of killing an 18-year-old Wisconsin woman in 1990. 62-year-old Dennis Brantner is charged with first-degree murder in the death of Barrett Beck. Beck was traveling to Appleton for a work-related seminar when she disappeared. Authorities who re-examined the cold case say they matched fingerprints on evidence recovered from Beck's van to Brantner. Well, coming up on NBC 15 News at 11, more than 2 million Americans are affected by a communication disorder called aphasia. Our friends at Unity Point Health Meriter are here to explain what it is and what you can do about it next.